That sound means it is time to play our first game of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Song hole. Fill 'em up, fill 'em up. Song hole, yeah. Fill 'em up, fill 'em up.
It's time to play Song Holes. Maxophone and Mayda will be joined by our special guest contestant and Minneapolis' smiliest bass player, Dan Restrom. Our contestants will be competing to see who's best at finishing the lyrics to a song on the fly. Each contestant will be competing to win a prize for a member of the studio audience chosen at random prior to the show. Are you ready to play Song Holes?
Song hole. Yeah. Song holes, baby. All right, so here's how Song Holes works. I have here a song that I wrote, and at the end of every phrase is just a blank. So you guys have to put in the last word of the phrase at the end of this phrase.
Does it have to be the right one, like the one you wrote?
No, it's just you try to do an awesome job of putting in the best word you can think of.
Like Mad Libs.
Well, legally not like Mad Libs at all, but similar.
I told you we shouldn't have invited Dan on here.
Come on!
All right, so here we're going to get started. So Maxophone, you're up first here. Let's
Okay.
show these guys how we do it. Ready to do this?
Sure.
So now it's at the end of every 4-bar phrase. You just got to do one word.
Okay.
So here we go. Hold on. Max was walking down the street, moving, grooving to the beat, when suddenly he reached inside his
Pocket.
He rummaged around, forwards, backwards, upside down, till finally he pulled out a big old
Rubber socket.
rubber socket.
I would have gone with wrist rocket, but you know.
All right, Mayda, you're up for this next part. You ready? Here we go. Now Max is easily impressed, but this rose above the rest. Now he could complete his lifelong dream of being a
pizza roll.
That was awesome. But not to be outdone, and staring down the barrel of a gun was Max's arch nemesis named
Donald Trump.
That is awesome. And true. All right, Danny. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. It's Danny's turn. You ready, Danny?
I think so.
Here we go.
Thank you.
They stared each other down in the middle of the street, in the middle of the town, till finally the two men, they started to
Dance out loud.
Everything was going crazy. A crowd had gathered and it amazed me how they were all wearing the same
Diaper.
filling song holes, filling song holes. It's absurd you're saying words, 'cause I wrote a song with holes. Filling song holes, filling song holes. Well, I hope you all like my song with holes. So that was the end of round one. At the end of all 3 rounds, we're going to have the audience applaud for who they think was the best. So keep in your mind who you thought did the best job in that first round there. Now here's the second round, and it's twice as hard. You got to do a word twice as often, so every 2 bars. And Dan, I'm going to make you go first. Here we go. Well, Max was getting tired, and he was looking kinda
Silly.
and his back was on fire, and his balls were all
Willy-nilly.
and he thought he might lose, so he shouted out,
Hey, Willie!
and he couldn't take more abuse, so then he started to
Poop. Poop. Because it's Max. Get it?
I get it.
Come on!
He started to poop. His balls were feeling all willy-nilly, and he started to poop.
Hey, Willie! Oh.
All right, Max, you're up next.
All right. I don't know. I might have to poop.
Here we go. So Max slipped into a dream, and he was standing in a
Space.
and the whole thing looked serene, and he was feeling very
Stupid.
so he started to touch himself, but first he touched his
Dog.
and it turned into an elf, and then the elf and Max named it
Ralph.
Good name for a dog.
He touched himself, it turned into an elf, and then he named it Ralph. All right, Mayda, you ready, girl? Here we go. Now Max and the elf got married. They had a baby called
Joe.
That's right, that's true. And every day Max carried the baby to the
Igloo.
igloo. That's true. It was one half Max and one half elf, and the third half it was
A horse.
That's right. That's also very true. It was a three-way melt, and even though you already said what it was named, what was its middle name?
Nelly.
That's right. Singing, now we're singing song hoes, singing song hoes. I made a song and it's really weird, but I'm filling the song with holes. Singing song hoes, singing song hoes. Well, I hope y'all really like my song of holes. All right, this is the third round. Yeah, it's a little so-so.
I like it.
Thanks, Dan. Dan likes it. All right, Mayda, you gotta go first this last round.
I thought
Snap.
Oh, snap. Now, here's the difference of the last round. I'm gonna do the first 3 bars, and then the whole 4th bar, you get to say a tiny little end of a sentence. So like 3 or 4 words if you want.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I think.
This is your last time you have to do this, and then it's all over.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm sad.
This was the weirdest dream that Max had ever had. And so he looked down and he...
Tied a shoe.
And then she's beating me every time. But that didn't seem to faze him, 'cause Max is mighty tough. 'Cause every day his mother used to
Cry. Every day she cried.
That's true. All right, Dan, you're up next.
that was deep.
It was deep, and it explains a lot to me. Here we go, Dan. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Max felt a gentle poke. It was on his left shoulder. It was his elf wife husband who said,
Hey, buddy, move over.
and Max he had to nod, 'cause he knew that it was true. And he remembered that he needed to
Tie his shoe.
That's right. That's right. All right, Max, you're up last here on this amazing, amazing game that we have come up with together.
I don't like this song.
Here we go. And everything was far away, and Max started to wake up. And the first thing that he did was
Punch heat box in his face.
and he looked around the room at every woman, child, and man. And he realized he was on a show called
The Goodnight Jam.
Now we're feeling song hoes, feeling song hoes. It's really absurd 'cause he's saying words, 'cause I wrote a song with hoes. Feeling song hoes, feeling song hoes. Well, I hope you all had fun filling my song with hoes. All right, give it up for our 3 brave contestants.
Song holes, yeah. Fill 'em up, fill 'em up.
All right. Bree, come on, let's do this audience applause thing. If you think that Mayda was the best of this game, applaud for Mayda! If you think the best contestant was Dan Ristrom, let's hear it. And if you think the best player in the game was Maxophone, let's hear it. Well, I think since Max is getting booed, that the winner was Dan Ristrom.
The winner of Songholes is Dan Restrom. That means that Valerie Lunderville has won tonight's prize.